I came across a quote by General Douglas MacArthur. He gave a speech at West Point in 1962 entitled Duty, Honor, and Courage, from which my message title was derived. Let me read what he says. It's a little bit long, but listen. Duty, honor, country. These three hallowed words reverently dictate what you ought to be, what you can be, and what you will be. They are your rallying points to build courage when courage seems to fail, to regain faith when there seems to be little cause for faith, to create hope when hope becomes forlorn. Unhappily, I possess neither the eloquence of diction, that poetry of imagination, nor that brilliance of metaphor to tell you all what they mean. The unbelievers will say they are but words, but a slogan, but a flamboyant phrase. Every pedant, every demagogue, every cynic, every hypocrite, every troublemaker, and I'm sorry to say some others of an entirely different character, will try to downgrade them even to the extent of mockery and ridicule. But these are some of the things that duty, honor, and courage do. They build your basic character. They mold you for your future roles as custodians of the nation's defense. They make you strong enough to know that you are weak and brave enough to face yourself when you are afraid. They teach you to be proud and unbending in honest failure, but humble and gentle in success. Not to substitute words for actions, not to seek the path of comfort, but to face the stress and spur of difficulty and challenge. To learn to stand up in the storm, but to have compassion on those who fall. To master yourself before you seek to master others. To have a heart that is clean, a goal that is high. To learn to laugh and yet never forget how to weep. To reach into the future yet never to neglect the past. To be serious and yet never take yourself too seriously. To be modest so that you will remember the simplicity of true greatness, the open mind of true wisdom, and the meekness of great strength. They give you a temper of the will, a quality of the imagination, a vigor of the emotions, a freshness of the deep springs of life, a temperamental predominance of courage over timidity, of an appetite for adventure over the love of ease. They create in your heart the sense of wonder, the unfailing hope of what's next, and the joy and the inspiration of life and what's to come. Wow, we don't hear words like that very often from leadership anymore, do we? When was the last time you heard any governmental leader talk like this? This was in the 60s. This was actually, I was 2 years old when this speech was made by Douglas MacArthur. It's been a long time since the men of our country have been called by the leadership of our country to duty, honor, and courage. So this morning, I'm going to do my best to step into some of that role and encourage you and inspire you, hopefully by God's grace, to apply that same character quality, not to a military battle, but to a spiritual battle and to a calling that God has called you to as ambassadors of the message of the gospel of Jesus Christ.